Good evening and welcome back to the Rory Talks Football YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Arsenal Transfer Room Live. It is a Friday evening, the weekend is here, and Rory Talk sources tell me that there should be an Madueke announcement right about now. So we are going to check that out in the stream. We're just going to go straight into the announcement, which I'm hoping will be there because I've been told it would be. And we're going to be talking about Xavi Simons, and we're going to be talking about Tomiyasu's farewell and some other bits and pieces. But look, it is good to see so many of you in the chat. You love to see it. I hope you're all doing well. Emilio, Vivi, Vlad, Joe Franklin, Josh, Hyper Protagonist is here as well. Sack of the Goat, Zach Gunner. Sam's here, and there we go. It's happened. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I had this ready. In theory, I'll refresh it, and I'll see a picture of Noni Madueke in an Arsenal shirt. Is that the case? Everyone's telling me it's been announced. I'm assuming it's been announced on Twitter. It's been announced on Twitter. Instagram. Hang on. Let's, there it is. Talent in abundance. Noni Madueke is a gunner. Narrated by artist and Arsenal in the community alumni, Stazzy. And it's a video. I'll let you go and watch the video yourselves. Obviously, you can't see it on the screen right now. I'm watching it on Twitter. Wait, let me bring this up. Let me bring this up. Obviously, you'll probably have seen it by this point. But we'll do it. We'll do it anyway. Here we go. This is what we're seeing. Madueke.
It's hard to put
There's
into
probably some
words
good music to it. I can't hear it. Really. It's on the app now as well.
Feeling.
There we go.
You know you're part
Arsenal
of something, and someone's always got your back. It's bumping into
your
old
Odegaard
friends.
analysis was very good in the new vid. Thank you very much.
It's that roar you hear when you walk past the ground.
I mean, look, the announcement video, the only announcement video I care about, to be honest.
It's the same for
I mean, look,
all
I'm glad Noni Madueke is here. I don't know why it took so long to announce it, to be honest. There he is, look. There he is. Welcome, Noni Madueke. What I want to see really is the comments. I want to see if we'll try the Arsenal page again. I want to see what like Arteta and that have had to say about it. To be honest with you, are we here yet? Have they announced it on the website yet? I want to see what Arteta and Berta and that are saying. Maybe it'll happen later in the stream, so we'll move on. Noni Madueke, though, is an Arsenal player. Noni in, Gyökeres next, hopefully. New vid is a banger. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you've not seen it, uploaded a new video today about how Martin Zubimendi and, hopefully, Victor Gyökeres are going to ignite Martin Odegaard. But ultimately, how I think Zubimendi, Odegaard, Victor Gyökeres is a formula in itself. Happy with the video, to be honest. I really enjoyed making it. So people are saying it's on the website, but it's just not, unless it's hidden somewhere. It's on YouTube. Yeah, we'll watch it. But yeah, if you want to watch that video after the stream, that would be awesome. Noni is missing out on the Asia tour. Yeah, he's got 3 weeks off, which makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. If you could like and subscribe to this stream, by the way, subscribe if you're not already, on the way to 22,000. And if you could like the stream, those of you that are here, that would be absolutely fantastic. Do you think Gyökeres will make it for the preseason tour? If they get it sorted over the weekend, yes, I think he can. Do you know what? There's a genuine problem right now. Hand of Arsenal's pinned his Gyökeres tweet. Good. There's a genuine concern right now, though, actually, that he's not training right now. He's not gone back to sporting training. He's not training with Arsenal. So actually, in terms of like getting himself fit and sharp and ready for the season, the longer this goes on, the further he might get behind. So that's not ideal either. I don't trust the Xavi Simons connections. We'll talk about that. We will talk about that. Apparently, the medical is today, said on Twitter. What, the Gyökeres medical? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's a big concern at the moment at all. I think it's a little bit of a concern. I can't lie. At first, I was not intrigued on Noni, but now I'm thinking I'm kind of excited. He has something. Yeah, look, I've always maintained Noni Madueke adds something that we don't. We adds a couple of things we don't have. Backup, proper backup for Bukayo Saka, but also off the left-hand side. I was speaking to Dan, who's a Chelsea fan today, and he said in the final few games of the Premier League season, he thought Noni Madueke off the left was really exciting. So, no, there's definitely something. Noni announced on YouTube. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Noni's announced on YouTube. He's number 20. He is number 20. Arteta Berta comments are there on YouTube. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, wait, on Arsenal.com. Okay, wait, maybe we can see them now. Here we go. Welcome, Noni. Lukey, thank you very, very much for the 19.99. Work's been cooking me. Can't make any stream, but I took an early lunch to catch this one. Keep up the grind. This will be amazing. Lukey, incredible support as always. Thank you so, so much for that. Absolute legend. And I hope work stops cooking you just a little bit. This is what they have to say on the Arsenal website. We're delighted to announce that England international Noni Madueke has joined us on a long-term contract. The 23-year-old North London-born forward joins us from Chelsea, where he made 92 appearances in all competitions. Beginning his youth career at Crystal Palace and Tottenham Hotspur, Noni then moved to the Netherlands, joining PSV Eindhoven in 2018. There, the powerful winger soon broke into the first team as a 17-year-old, impressing with his direct attacking style. Noni's rapid progress continued, with the dynamic wide forward making 80 first-team appearances for PSV before moving to Chelsea in January 2023. Representing England through the youth levels, Noni made his full debut last September against Finland, marking his first cap with an assist. To date, he's played 7 times for the Three Lions. Sporting director Andrea Berta said, "We're very pleased to have concluded an excellent deal for a hugely talented young player in Noni Madueke. Noni's performance numbers and availability over recent seasons have been exceptional, reflecting his quality and professionalism. Noni is a dynamic, versatile, wide forward player with strong technical ability who will significantly strengthen our squad. Noni has already has valuable experience at the top level, and we know he will make a big impact at Arsenal. Together with everyone at the club, we warmly welcome Noni to Arsenal." Mikel Arteta added, "We're also happy to welcome Noni Madueke to the team. Noni is an exciting and powerful young player, with his performances and numbers in recent seasons being of consistently high quality. He's one of the most talented wide forwards in the Premier League." At just 23, Noni brings an experience of club and international football, and he knows the Premier League very well. Having seen the quality of Noni's performances up close in recent seasons, we're really excited he's joining us. We just saw Noni Madueke absolutely strip down Zinchenko 2 years ago and bought him. Noni joins our group with familiar England teammates and others that he knows. He will be made to feel at home straight away. His arrival will really improve our squad, and we're all thrilled to have him here. From all of us, welcome Noni, and welcome to your family. So there we go. Interestingly, right? By the way, the reason that I find these interesting isn't just because I want to hear, the same old, right? The reason I find them interesting is because they normally drop some hints, right, as to what they want you to think about the player. And so, as an example, Andrea Berta specifically saying he's a dynamic, versatile wide forward. I think that's telling you something about Madueke probably being seen as someone that can play and will play off the left-hand side. So there you go. Interestingly, actually, if I try and bring it up here, I'm not going to show it on screen, but Madueke actually announced that he had left Chelsea earlier on today. He announced his leaving of Chelsea before our announcement. So he's actually said on Instagram, "Humbled and blessed to be here. Thank you to everyone that made this possible. I can't wait to get on the pitch and start to repay the faith shown in me. It's going to be special. God is the greatest. Let's go." But I want to find... So this is what he said. This was his announcement when leaving Chelsea. He said, "I want to thank you for the last 3 years or so. To every staff member that helped me along this journey, thank you. To my teammates, thank you for everything. I leave with only love and admiration for you guys. We achieved so much this season, and I honestly wish you nothing but the best." To Enzo Maresca, It was a privilege to play under you. Thank you for trying to better me as a player and a person. That's an interesting one. Instead of saying, thank you for bettering me as a player and a person, he said, thank you for trying to better me as a player and a person. He also said, lastly, thank you to every single Chelsea fan. Thank you for the love, the praise, and also the criticism. So pointing out that he was well aware of criticism from Chelsea fans there. So I found that quite interesting. Oslo Guna says, ball carrier, shot creator. We don't have a lot of it in our squad, and I'm happy Arteta and Berta have resolved the issue and brought in more depth. I agree. There's an interview on the website as well. Nice. Actually quietly excited by this signing. Cover for Saka, and maybe that adds something different to our attack. He's chronically online. Possibly. Very interesting that they wrote direct attacking style. Yeah, exactly. These are the little things that they're trying to tell you. Exactly the same as when we signed Zubimendi and they were trying to tell you about the rhythm, right? And the pacing of the game. Like, they try and tell you, same with Norgard, with the experience, the technical experience. Like, they do try and tell you. If he improves his end product, there's a really good player there. Do you know what? His end product when it comes to passing is actually really good. If you look at some of the numbers, especially his pre-assists numbers are really good. Someone said, what happened with Fab? What do you mean, what happened with Fab? Check Fab. So Noni Madueke said a couple of things with Fabrizio. To win all the competitions we're in, I feel like we're definitely capable of that. That's what Madueke said. Madueke said, I've spoken to Declan Rice, Miles, Bukayo, even Jurdian as well, and they all have amazing things to say about the club and the culture, how warm it is and how much of a family it is. Interesting compared to Chelsea. Yeah, so that's the two things that he said on there. So there you go. Now time to sell. Yeah, we do need to start moving on sales. Unpredictability is vital to our success, which is precisely why we chose to sign him. Yeah, I look at the directness. I look at the direct, like Victor Gyökeres, direct. Madueke, direct. Eze, direct. I do think we're looking to have more of that in the squad. I love how Declan Rice liked Noni's post about leaving Chelsea within like 2 minutes. They're all online. They are all online. Maybe Jerian said something along the lines of try harder. I'm just wondering where the sales are coming from. Zinchenko, Lokonga, Fabio Vieira. Yeah, Reece Nelson, hopefully, although that might be a loan with an option or an obligation. And then maybe Jakub Kivior. But that's basically it. That is basically it. Jordan, thank you very, very much for the $5. Said, I'm so excited for this season. Just a really different feeling from previous years. I think we're going to be way more unpredictable and dynamic. That is my feeling. I do genuinely think the spine of the team is so strong, but we're adding things that are just going to allow us to approach different games differently, especially against those teams like those teams that are hard to break down. They have all week to prepare a game against you, you know, like the Fulhams and the, not so much Villa anymore, but you know, those teams, I'm more excited. And that's why I made that video about Zubimendi, Ødegaard and Gyökeres as well. That really excites me. Like, making that video genuinely was exciting me. So there you go. Fab reconfirmed Ethan's contract as well, just as big a signing. Yeah, we can actually, the news on Ethan Nwaneri today, it came from Sam Dean. Ethan Nwaneri has now signed his 5-year contract at Arsenal. Deal is fully agreed and done. Another huge boost for Arsenal after Lewis Skelly's contract was agreed earlier this summer. And that's true. The only two left are Saka and Saliba now. They are the two that we need to get tied down. Hello, Rory. It's very nice to see a streamer listening to non-subscribers too. I hope you keep on growing. Question, what's your favorite match time snack? Great question, and you are welcome. Favorite match time snack? I mean, at the Emirates food actually really isn't bad. For stadium food. Obviously, it's quite expensive, but I don't normally eat it because it is still just quite expensive. So I like a burger, to be honest. I like an old... Do you know what I like? An old school burger van burger. You know, where you just know the actual quality of the burger is terrible. But there's cheese. I normally like bacon as well. I like that. The prices are a joke. Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, they're not even like the prices are high. Don't get me wrong. For what you're getting, it's high. But yeah, like the hot dogs, they are expensive. But like, it's not that much more expensive than anywhere else these days. That's what I'm beginning to notice. The prices in London aren't going up that much anymore. I feel like relative to other places. Where now it's like I go to Manchester and some of the places in Manchester are charging like similar amounts to London, which I find quite crazy. But is the screen built around the stadium real? I don't know what you mean. Don't know what you mean. A Rustler's slaps, pure cowbollocks, but it's gorgeous. I mean, look, there's a time and a place for a Rustler burger. To be fair, I've not had one in ages. But look, these are the questions for the end of the stream normally. The main news that came out today, obviously, other than that Noni Madueke announcement, are these links to Xavi Simons. Now, it came from Fabrizio Romano himself. He said Chelsea and Arsenal are among clubs attentive to Xavi Simons' situation this summer. Now, he apparently wants to leave Leipzig and he wants to join the Premier League. So Fabrizio said he's prepared to leave Leipzig as revealed since May, and Premier League top clubs are informed. No bids or talks yet, and there is nothing concrete with Barca so far. Now, for me, this would be another case of speaking to him, try and agree personal terms, and then you've got an alternative option to Eze. I like him as a player. I really like him, in fact. And a couple of years ago, was it last summer or the summer before? Certainly when he moved to Leipzig, I was a big, big fan. And I was hoping that we'd be interested in him. I do have slight concerns about his levels of consistency at the top level. I feel like sometimes he can just disappear from games. Has moments of magic, don't get me wrong. And he offers a huge amount creatively. Would love him, to be honest. But he's not the perfect player. I'd probably prefer Eze on balance, just for that Premier League proven, ready to go now feel. And it'll be interesting to see what the price for Xavi Simons is, because he moved to Leipzig for 50 million euros. But that could go up to 80 million euros if he gets all the add-ons. But they don't think he's got many of the add-ons at all yet, because Leipzig haven't been good and he's not actually been like an incredible performer for them. So we'll wait and see on that one. Once again, Arsenal and Chelsea linked to the same player. Shock. Ryan, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. What left winger could we get next year? Do we even need one? Don't know, really. Like, fully depends on what happens this summer. You know, some people think Martinelli's still good enough. Wait and see. If you go and get Eze, does he play well enough off the left wing, like as an actual left winger? We'll have to wait and see. Does Madueke translate into becoming a left winger? We'll have to wait and see. So I think at this point, it's very difficult to know. Saw Adamola Lookman has like fully agreed terms with Inter now, so that'd be interesting. Madueke will wear the number 20. Yeah, he will. But yeah, I think, and you never know, right? Like, within a year's time, there could be a new left winger on the market that we barely even heard of, right? Someone could have a breakthrough season as a left winger, and suddenly you're in the room for them. So, yeah, don't know, to be honest with you. You know, Rafael might still be available. People might still want to take a punt on him. You've got right wingers that could play off the, you know, Kenan Yildiz. I'm still a big, big fan of Kenan Yildiz. Juventus may have to sell him at some point. So there's plenty. I've been told Mosquera has failed his medical due to a heart condition. I've been told that Mosquera has completed his medical. So I don't know who told you that. Actually, randomly, someone said that in a YouTube chat earlier. So there is perhaps like a rumor going around that Mosquera has failed his medical, but I've been told that he's passed his medical by the same person that told me that the announcement was going to be at 5 p.m. for Madueke, which it was. I feel like playing Eze on the left may restrict him, like Grealish at City. Well, you won't get the best out of him off the left, because what Eze has that is so impressive for me, and which is what Arsenal need, is the ability to progress the ball centrally, both with the ball at his feet and with his passing. So for me, that's like the standout characteristic of Eze. is what he does with the ball centrally. So I think if you put him out on the left, don't get me wrong, he'll still impact games. He will still create problems for the opposition. But I just feel like you've wasted something that he does offer if you stick him out there. In terms of Grealish, I'm not so sure, because I feel like Grealish, what held Grealish back really was the way he was forced to play at City, which was very conservatively. Nwaneri 22 is already on the Arsenal website for a kit. Yeah, it's confirmed that Nwaneri is 22, and he is going to join up with the squad. Madueke is not going to join up with the squad. He's got 3 weeks off. But apparently, actually, Madueke offered to go on the tour. Madueke was willing to go on the tour, and Arteta was the one that actually said, no, take a break. So that's another one of those ones where, you know, people love to accuse Arteta of running players into the ground and not looking after players. He would probably have wanted Madueke on the tour to start learning how to play at Arsenal. But he put Madueke first. So always one to think about. The interesting thing about Rodrigo is that he would actually work a lot as a 10. His dribbling in tight spaces, passing and shooting are elite. Yeah, they are. You know, I was thinking today, like, there's so much possible versatility next season. And I know I keep repeating it, but about how much Arteta has spoken about wanting unpredictability. And I was even thinking about things like, there have been times where Saka moves more centrally, both for England and Arsenal. He's done on a couple of occasions, right? And it suits him. It actually suits him, the way that Saka is able to pick the ball up with someone on his back and turn them and drive at the heart of a defence. He's really good at that. So you could even see situations where at certain points in certain games, or when we're trying to do something different, Madueke is off the right wing and Saka is inside him, not inside him in that sense. That's crazy. But like in that inside channel, obviously you could have Madueke off the left. You could have Martinelli off the left. If Eze comes, he could be central or off the left. You have Gyökeres as two alternative types of strikers. Jesus is going to come back, who can play across the front line. Left back, you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori, two incredibly different players. Right back, White or Timber. Even in the midfield, you know, Zubamendi or Rice or both, or Havertz or Marino, or like, I do think we're going into next season where there are loads of options on the table, which is great. Like, it's great. Is Santi J. Ayuna a reliable source? If Isak goes to Saudi, that'd be crazy. I wouldn't call him a reliable source. I'd call him a... He's not a bad... He's not like someone that just makes up outlandish stuff that isn't true. So it's possible. Look, to be honest with you, Saudi coming in for Isak might sound crazy, but it isn't crazy. Because think about it, right? Like, it's the same people, right? That Newcastle, okay, on paper they're not, but Newcastle are owned by Saudi, right? Newcastle need a cash injection. And as much as they can sit there and say, we're not going to sell Isak, they do need the cash if they want to build the rest of the squad to the level that it needs to be at. If you come to the conclusion that you are going to have to sell Isak at some point, if you sell him to yourselves effectively by selling him to Saudi, you can probably get more money than you would at a Liverpool or Arsenal. You could feasibly push for like 180, 200 million and get away with it in terms of proving that that is what he was worth. If Liverpool were there or thereabouts for 140. You don't sell Isak to a Premier League rival. I could see it happening. To be honest with you, I could. I would have thought the hardest thing would be to convince Isak to go to Saudi, but apparently he's given the green light to Al Hilal, according to that Santi Ayuna guy. So we'll wait and see. EV, thank you very, very much for the 199. Says, rather get Eze for rotation and give Gabby a last chance. It's an interesting one. It's a tough one. For a lot of people, Martinelli was on his last chance last season. Did he do enough last season to prove that he should be kept as the starting striker for another season? I went into this summer feeling like the left wing needed an upgrade as much as the striker did. Do you give him one more? I don't know. To be honest, I feel like if you give Martinelli one more season, legitimately Madueke could end up replacing him on the left, depending on how we want to play. So that's interesting. Hand of Arsenal is in the building. You love to see it. Hand of Arsenal. I'm pretty sure this is actually the real one. I hope you're doing well. Absolute legend. Why was Deckers not with the rest of the squad? I think there was just some personal stuff or something. I think it will come out, but it's nothing to worry about. That's for sure. It's nothing to be concerned about, and he'll be on the tour, I believe. Would you rather get Eze or Rodrigo? For me, Rodrigo. Rodrigo directly levels up the left wing significantly, in my opinion. Now, I think I'm more of a fan of Rodrigo than some other people are. Like, I genuinely think he is ready to, like, explode. And for me, like, in terms of your starting 11, in terms of when you're going into a game against PSG in the Champions League or against Liverpool in the Premier League fighting for a title, Eze adds more depth because of his versatility, but I think Rodrigo levels up that left wing more. So for me, it would be him. That said, he's incredibly more expensive. So Declan Rice had personal reasons. Yeah, there you go. Coming from Hand of Arsenal himself, Declan Rice did indeed have personal reasons. So, and not bad ones. Not bad ones, as far as I'm aware. Rory, have you seen that we are ready to test the water for Rodrigo? Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I don't think we'll test the waters until we've made some sales. But we'll wait and see. I'd love us to. And I genuinely did think at the start of the window that this was something we could really push on. I'm not getting that vibe anymore, but I'd love to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. Madueke said he's only taken a 10-day holiday break. So do you think he'll travel to Asia late? I don't think so. I think Madueke will be joining up with Arsenal when we come back from the tour. But if you think about it, if he did do his medical on like Monday, Tuesday, and got all of the media stuff done, even though we haven't announced it, he could already be on holiday. So if he was on holiday now and did another 2 weeks, he could have had that 3-week break and be back in time for the 2 preseason games that are at the Emirates. So that's possible. Who made the abusive video after your Mbuemo one in the recent TikTok? There was a couple of them. Like, they're just like small Man United channels. And the thing is, they were right that I got the Mbuemo contract thing slightly wrong. It was just crazy the way that they like open up with just outright abuse. And by the way, one of them, yeah, in his video, calling me all sorts of names under the sun, saying I'm thick as this, blah blah blah. Don't know what. Do you know what he called Noni Madueke? And he did it twice, so it wasn't like his mouth malfunctioned or something. He did it twice, so this is genuine. He called Noni Madueke Manduki. So he made an entire video about me getting the Mbuemo contract slightly wrong because I didn't realize there was a year extension in the contract. And then he called Noni Madueke Manduki. And he had the audacity to come at me. That's crazy. That is crazy. I doubt Hand of Arsenal is going to drop big news in the chat. Well, he's not going to announce Rodrigo, no. I think we should be really interested in Yildiz because Serie A has big problems selling players for good prices. Yeah, me too. I'd be all over Kenan Yildiz. All over it. I think he's a really, really talented player. And he's so two-footed. Like, he can play off the right or the left. Whichever you want. Can Gyökeres be part of the Asia tour? He can be. Like, he can join up late anyway. Because, you know, he's not going to... If we get it... Let's say we get it over the line this weekend, which I think, like, there's a general feeling that it's going to get done this weekend, right? I mean, there was some stuff today I was reading about people that think that it's got to do with the stock exchange because Sporting are a publicly traded company. And obviously, like, selling Gyökeres will affect their stocks. I think it's so obvious that they're selling him at this point, and pretty much knowing what that fee's going to be, that I don't think it really would. But yeah, he's. I think it'll happen this weekend, and at that point, you'd rather him go and join up with the tour than spend 10 days training by himself in London. So you'd assume he'll do the medical and fly straight out there, to be honest. Chance of a Mosquera announcement today? I doubt it. We've already done one, and they'll want the traffic for the Madueke announcement. So I'd imagine it'd be more likely tomorrow. Obviously, there's a behind closed doors friendly against Watford tomorrow, which is technically our first preseason friendly. But I don't know if they're gonna. I really don't know what sort of content Arsenal are going to put out about it, if they'll put any content out about it, to be honest. Surely we get Gyökeres this weekend? Yeah, I feel like we will. Every big bit of news has come out on a Sunday so far. So, yeah, I do think we will. There's not even an N in Madueke's name. It doesn't even work for wordplay. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But it's not even like a slander name. It's just... I mean, look, I'll be totally honest with you. The bloke was pushing 40, getting angry at Rory Talks Football in his living room in the middle of the day on a Thursday. So, I don't think there was a whole lot going on upstairs, if I'm completely honest with you. They normally do a match report, yeah, basically. Does behind closed doors mean we can't watch it? Yeah, that is exactly what it means, basically, yeah. So the first game we'll be able to watch will be against AC Milan next week, which I'm excited for. I can't believe I didn't actually realize. So that so Arsenal are doing a live screening of Arsenal versus Spurs in our third preseason game, which is in Hong Kong. But it's at 12:30 on a Thursday. I don't know how many people realistically go. I mean, there might be a lot of kids there because it is the summer holidays. But other than that, who's turning up in the middle of the day on a Thursday to watch a preseason friendly? Who do you think will play against Watford, considering we fly out later that evening? I'd imagine it'll be a lot more of the youth players, to be honest with you. It is normally. I mean, I think, to be fair, last summer was different because a lot of players were coming back from the Euros. So I think the only players that played in that first behind closed doors friendly were players that hadn't been at either the Euros or Copa America. But I think it was literally like Tomiyasu, like Sambi Lokonga. I'm pretty sure that's Tomiyasu got injured, I'm pretty sure. Or he got injured just before it. But can we all take a moment to think of that poor lad who will never be able to get a haircut again due to Man United? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. He's doing well out of it, though. I saw him doing a promo for a hair curling cream the other day. Hey, got to make the best of what you've got. Other bits of news today, by the way. Gunnerblog confirming that Arsenal have agreed a fee of £200,000 plus add-ons for Will Wright with Salford City. So that has 100% happened now. And also, Tomiyasu actually did an interview. Which was kind of sad to read, in fairness. So these were some of the bits of the interview. He said, after I decided to leave, I said my final goodbyes to the players, to the coaches and staff. I went to the locker room and staff room one by one and said, I'm leaving. As I said my goodbyes to each and every one of them, I was reminded that I was loved. And that was when I was able to leave. I think that was a good thing. The players, teammates were surprised too, as I still had time left on my contract and I was injured. It is unusual, to be fair, to leave when you are in contract and injured. But he said it wasn't a sudden decision to leave. First of all, I want to make it clear that my contract wasn't terminated unilaterally, and I didn't unilaterally say I'm leaving. We had a proper discussion and came to the conclusion that the decision was best for me, best for the club, and best for everyone. So I'm leaving, and it all ended amicably. I was there for 4 years, but I only played 5 minutes in the 24-25 season, and I spent a whole year in rehabilitation. I was under a lot of stress and anxiety. To be honest, I wasn't feeling like I was there anymore, and I was wondering, is this where my future is? Someone then asked, did you want to change the environment? And he said, yes, I was, including a lot of things. And then he said to the fans, your support gave me strength, whether in London or Japan. I always felt your encouragement. Being able to play as an Arsenal player made me very happy. I'm proud for the 4 years at the club. From now on, I'll support the team as a gooner alongside all of you. So, yeah. I mean, it's sad the way it ended up. Like, I can't imagine last season was tough for him. I think one of the things that would have been tough was every time he had an injury setback, the fan base, like not the fan base, I think sections of the fan base got onto him as if it was like his fault or as if he wanted to be injured. I think he really tried everything to get over that knee injury, and struggled with it. So yeah, I think it's tough, and he obviously felt like being at Arsenal wasn't really making him happy anymore. So we'll see where his career ends up, and I do wish him all the best. But from the club's perspective, I do think it's a sensible decision. Like, going into next season hoping he regains some fitness would have just been a waste. Like, you know, I don't think we can continue taking those gambles. Honestly, if Will Wright makes it here, I want him to wear the number 8 to bring back Ian Wright 8 vibes. Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun. Striker wearing a number 8 would be a bit rogue, but nice bloke. The streets will remember. Oh, the streets will remember. Thoughts on Isak to Saudi? Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy deal if it happens. Look, I'll tell you for free. If he's not coming to Arsenal, I'd far rather he went to Saudi than anywhere else. Going to Saudi is a far better outcome than if we didn't get him and he went to Liverpool. So his first North London derby in 2021 will never be forgotten. Mate, locking up Salah. Playing at left back, locking up Mo Salah. That will never be forgotten. Did you see Galatasaray bid 3 million euros for Ederson? Yeah, I did. I don't really know what's happening there, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought it was a bit weird, but... Thoughts on the Vinny Saudi deal? I actually think it makes a lot of sense for all of them, but I don't think it will happen. But, like, from Real Madrid's perspective, 350 million euros is insane, and they can properly refresh the squad rather than, you know, trying to wait for players to be on a free and all of that stuff. I think it would benefit Kylian Mbappe to just be the number 1 starting left winger, and I do think Kylian Mbappe is a better player than Vinicius Jr. And Vinny Jr. supposedly has been offered 1 billion euros a year for 5 years. So 5 billion euros in 5 years. I mean, it's just generational wealth. So it could work out for everyone. But equally, if he turns around and says, I don't want to go to Saudi, then it doesn't happen, you know? Do you think Arteta's going to drastically change his playing style this season? I don't think it's going to drastically change. But we've seen changes year on year. The only season where I don't think we really saw a change was last season. And I don't think we ever really got to even figure out if there was something planned for last season. Like, realistically, 3 games into the season, you lose Martin Odegaard for 3 months. He comes back and you lose Saka for 3 months. Like, I genuinely don't think if there was a plan, we got to see it through. So, yeah. Yeah, I do think there will be significant changes. And again, you look at the players that we're bringing in, they are different. Ross said no spam, guys. Ross, to be fair, you are a mod, so you have my authority if someone is spamming to time them out. You can time them out rather than banning them from the chat. So, also, it's $1 billion for the 5 years, so 200 million a year. Still mad. I swear I read it as $1 billion a year. Wait, let me Google it. Or Twitter it. I swear I saw it as $1 billion a year. Where was the tweet? Yeah, I mean, the 44 said they'll offer Vinny $1 billion a year for 5 years. I don't know. Oh, no, yeah, to be fair, yeah, maybe not. Touchline said they're offering Vinny Jr. $1 billion salary across a 5-year contract. Yeah. That would make more sense. Do mods get paid? Mods do not get paid, unfortunately. I wish I could pay my mods, and if I was earning the sort of money that, like, iShowSpeed earns, you would be paid handsomely. But unfortunately, we would possibly be operating at a loss if I was to pay the mods. Yeah, we should. Oh, look, they're going to go on strike. This is it. They're going on strike. $1 billion a year is crazy even for Saudi. Yeah. I mean, 200 million a year is still, I'd take it. I would take it. Loopy, I'm good, thank you. Use Gemini or other AI. It will get your search answers faster. Yeah, sometimes, but then sometimes it tells you the complete wrong things. So, let's talk about payment structure. Yeah. £1 a year starting next year. Deal. 200 is Ronaldo wages now. Yeah, but I think Ronaldo just got another pay rise, didn't he? I mean, God, he basically owns part of the club now, doesn't he? It's crazy. Thoughts on Wanverts? Mate, Wanverts 25-26 is going to be generational. I'm telling you. It's going to be unbelievable. When are you doing the series you promised of making a prediction every day till the start of the Prem? To be honest with you, I started that in good faith, and then I started realizing that there's just not enough predictions to even make. So, I'm not really sure. Sign me up if I do Twitch. Mod workers' rights. You have no rights. Mosquera Arsenal interview pic leaked on Twitter. Good stuff. Club just announced Madueke. Yeah, Mosquera. I think Mosquera will have to be announced over the weekend. Because if he's going to go on the tour... In fact, I think it'll be announced tomorrow. They'll have to announce it tomorrow because otherwise there's going to be pictures of him going on the tour. So, Doc dropped a Mosquera pic. I mean, that puts to bed everyone saying that he failed the medical for a heart condition anyway. Where did he put it? Oh, yeah, there you go. Unless that's been incredibly well photoshopped, we've got a picture of him in an interview. Can you see his shirt number? No. Can't see his shirt number. City are looking at re-signing Trafford. Mate, I don't think he's good enough. Should we call Mosquera Madueke? Yeah, that guy probably will. He probably will. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think he's good enough. Oh, there's something here from this is interesting actually. So this has come from Maze Football, right? These people have been Doc's at is Kartik Adegal. I always pronounce it wrong. So this is okay. So this has come from Maze Football, right? They've been the best Portuguese source the whole way through. They said this. It makes sense to point out that Luis Suarez, not that Luis Suarez, different Luis Suarez, Almeria striker, and the #1 replacement for Victor Gyökeres missed training the day after the removal company had gone to Victor Gyökeres' house. Are these coincidences? I don't think there are any coincidences in these things. So everyone understands what's going on. We're getting closer and closer to making the Gyökeres transfer official, and now things are starting to align, and they have to go like this in tandem. I believe that when Gyökeres is announced as an Arsenal player, a few hours later or the next day, Luis Suarez will be travelling to Portugal to do the medical and sign his contract with Sporting. So there you go. They are already lining up the replacement for Victor Gyökeres, which, of course, is a good sign. Sergeant Soup, thank you very, very much for the £5 super chat. Absolute legend. Do you think we'll go back for Isak or Sesko next summer, given that we've now got Gyökeres? No, I don't think we will. I think with Gyökeres and Havertz, I think we might actually go for a much younger striker if we do go for another one. But I don't think we'll go back in for Sesko or for Isak, unless Sesko, for example's price was to drastically drop, then I don't think we would. Fabrizio Romano has also put a okay emoji below that tweet that I just read out. He's put an okay emoji, a grinning emoji, and linked an old tweet from his that was an exclusive that Sporting want Luis Suarez from Almeria as their new striker. So, yeah, look, everyone I've spoken to still says that this Gyökeres deal is expected to go through, and they're just ironing out the final deal. It's all the add-ons. It's just the add-ons. Sporting just want all of the add-ons to be guaranteed, and Arsenal are saying no. Sesko apparently talking to Man United. Can't see it happening in any way, shape, or form. Man United ended up overpaying for Mbeumo so that they could get the deal split into 4 installments, which is actually good. Like, getting it in 4 installments of like 16.5 million each is good for Mbeumo, but it shows you where Man United are at financially. The reason we dropped out of Benjamin Sesko was because Leipzig wanted an insane amount of it up front and weren't willing to negotiate for a better structure. So if they were doing that where we couldn't even afford it when the striker was our number 1 priority going into this summer and we've been courting Sesko for over a year, there's no way Man United... This is Sesko. There's no way Man United are going to be able to do it if we couldn't. Unless later in the window, Leipzig massively dropped the price. But also, apparently, Sesko's willing to move to Man United, which, again, I think he's just a bit of a mentality minnow, to be honest. I do worry about Sesko's mentality. They've already done it, Ethan. They've already done it. You know the amount of times I've said I think Madueke is overpriced, and then I say Mbeumo's overpriced, and the amount of comments, yeah, but what you spent 52 million on Madueke though. I know that. And I think that's overpriced. Are you a donkey? You know? Crazy, I'm getting blocked for saying my opinion. You won't have been blocked for saying your opinion. No one would have blocked you for saying your opinion. You might have been blocked if you were spamming your opinion. Rory, don't you think Havertz is Arsenal's best player? Please agree, I'm trolling someone. Yes. Sesko has some really bad agents advising him. Yeah, I know. There you go. Lukey said you're spamming it. If you're spamming, you're going to get timed out. You're not going to get banned, but you will get timed out if you're spamming. Do you think Arsenal can have the same fullback system as PSG this year due to our versatility with our fullbacks? Slight-ish. I don't really think we've got neither Timber nor Ben White are really Hakimi type. But possibly. Just check the channel activity. He sent the same message 3 times. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, look, that is going to be the end of the stream. Nothing major or breaking. Obviously, we had the Madueke announcement. Bit of a slow one. But it's been a phenomenal week. I appreciate you all for joining. We will have a quiz question for those that enjoy it in a split second. But if you've not already watched it, please do go and watch the Zubamendi Erdegaard Victor Gyökeres video that I uploaded today. I think it's a good video, if I do say so myself. And even if you don't want to watch it, if you could just open it on YouTube and play it the whole way through, that would be fantastic. Other than that, enjoy Friday evening. The weekend is here. Hope you have a sensational one. There will not be a stream tomorrow. I am out tomorrow night. I'm actually going to watch Usyk versus Dubois at Wembley. So buzzing for that. So there won't be a live stream tomorrow or any content, unfortunately. But we will be back on Sunday. So yeah, please do like, subscribe, join the Discord for some ongoing Arsenal debate, and I'll catch you all on the next one. But for those of you that are staying around for the quiz question, today's quiz question is this. Yeah, here we go. 1995 saw the arrival of Dennis Bergkamp, but from which Italian club? 1995 saw the arrival of Dennis Bergkamp, but from which Italian club? Now, I don't think you should actually need the multiple choice for this one, but I will give it once someone has got it correct. This one is fairly easy, so... The first person to get it correct was... Oh, the multiple choice is Inter, Juve, or AC Milan. He's back again. He's back again. It's Ross Lawman. It's Ross Lawman, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't here yesterday. We took advantage of it. But he's back. Inter Milan is the correct answer. Ross Lawman was first. Shikar was second. VV Vlad was third. God, the little Ross Lawman VV Vlad rivalry. Run it back. Steve Stringer was fourth, and Ethan Udall was fifth. So there you go. Congratulations to Ross Lawman. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Holloway or Poirier? I would say Holloway, but I've got a little bit of a soft spot for him. Before you go, please join the Discord debate. What is the Discord debate? What is the current Discord debate? What's the debate? Is it in a different channel to the general channel? I don't know. I don't know what debate you're having. On my screen, I was first and didn't even get top 5. That's tough. I actually think you were 6th. I genuinely do think you were 6th. Can I get paid for Quizmaster and being a mod now? No. No, you can't. It's in general. What's in general? What was the debate? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, look, that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you very much for joining. We will be back on Sunday. Enjoy your weekends until then. Please do check out the video, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And thank you for just a fantastic set of streams this week. The support has been unbelievable. Absolutely love it. And yeah, until the next one, goodbye.